All right, welcome back to Create VR. This is another development video behind the scenes, and once again we're going to go all the way back to how we started with the very first prototype that I created myself within a week or so. And this was way before we even had anyone on board the team, like just me alone, one-man army, just creating this. Now, initially we designed Create just to be a purely mobile game only, and this was actually built for the Google Cardboard, and that's why I was kind of looking at these data here when I kind of started building this and developing this. So let's just go into play. You can see this is kind of how it was supposed to look like initially, at least to convey the concept to people of this virtual space where people get to create and design things from scratch. In fact, your famous wall of elements is actually a backpack floating in the sky. Everything's still the same in terms of concept. We have the basic 4 elements, and you can change the room skin and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go back to home, and you can see the only real thing that kind of translated from this was the text of Create, and of course some of the little radio buttons right here. So very briefly, this was an interesting one because it took kind of like a week or so, probably less, to create this from scratch. And most of them were actually placeholders. Ultimately, the whole goal of having this Unity project in the first place, this prototype that was playable on the Google Cardboard, was basically to have people understand how it feels like to be within this environment. Now, this was something that I looked at a lot when I developed this prototype, which essentially is to ensure that there's enough memory going on, as well as when it's playing, that there's enough the frame rate is high enough in order to prevent lag in the game itself. And I hope this video wasn't lagging just now when I was playing this in a game mode in Unity. So very briefly, and again, this is the very first thing that started off Create, and now we have the alpha version, and then we have the beta, which is what you see on Oculus Rift and the Gear VR. You can see I have like different levels, different screens, basically to kind of give people this option to touch and feel something, which is kind of important when it comes to kind of showing people what the idea is about. Of course, we kind of did end up putting this into a video and kind of help spread the word, since we can't really just share the project willy-nilly. So I'm going to find a file to open that makes sense. It's been a while since I looked at this. So yeah, we can see this was initially what the lava, or the rock, I think lava actually, maybe rock, was supposed to look like. Pretty cool. And find something else that you guys can see. I had different versions for different tests I was doing. Webcam, we were trying to integrate with the webcam once. Didn't actually work. It wasn't really that feasible for what we were doing, especially on the Google Cardboard. So yeah, so it was fun to just develop this for the Cardboard, and it was actually pretty easy. So perhaps at some point I might even go into how to do one for yourself that's separate from Create and separate from this. But yes, that is really about it. I just wanted to show you how it all began, and the very first Unity project for Create was actually this that I made myself. So going back to the main screen, if I actually remember where the main screen is. It's been a while, I'm telling you, it's been a while. Okay, yes, reset, play, they're all basically the same, and you can see the very familiar text right here of Create. And of course this was in a cylindrical view inside. Everything's all named. Console. Just kind of reliving some of the old days, looking at all this stuff. Yeah, lighting, didn't have to deal with that. Did some tests here to basically check whether things are receiving or not. So yeah, that's really about it. Hopefully you guys were excited to see how this all began and what it actually looks like. It was actually playable too. I believe I had this on my phone for a while before you have the real released version that's on Oculus Rift and the Gear VR right now. Oh, what happened here? Something wrong with the text. So yeah, it's fun. It's cool. Alrighty, that's about it. Hopefully you learned something interesting or new about Create and its origin story. And stay tuned for the next development video.